So the most hilarious thing has happened. The Air Force is actually being briefed on the Area 51 raid. Hello everyone, this is Mr. Obvious, bringing you the obvious, and today on reddit.com. So, this is a leak straight from the Air Force itself, and guess what? Many of you have heard of the plan. It's a joke event on Facebook to rush Area 51 to see them aliens, and by running like Naruto, to run faster than them bullets. I actually did a video on this. They have a plan to storm Area 51. Now, the Air Force is actually being briefed on this. And it's the funniest thing ever. So here you can see, actual Air Force brief my cousin had to sit through, and this has 94,000 upvotes. Naruto running. The act of running like Japanese anime character Naruto Uzumaki, in which a person runs very fast with their torso forward and their arms back. And here you can see a demonstration. Oh my gosh. You know, I think the funniest thing is this type of running is actually, I think they tested it and they found that it actually does make you faster. So before we take a look at this story, just a reminder, you can find links to my Patreon and Subscribe Star down below in the description. Be sure to check out my social media links and to follow me on BitChute. Plenty of options. Now, let's see what people have to say. Cornelius-TV says, they don't know the proper form. They are no match for us. Happy hunting, friends. They are like noobs that play Minecraft for the first time and think they're amazing because they know how to craft an iron chestplate. This person says, and then there's the bullet dodging ability. Darth Admiral says, trust me, most people in the Air Force know what Naruto running is. They're a bunch of weebs. So the Air Force, also known as the Cheer Force in some circles, is probably the most privileged branch of the military. There's the Army, there's Navy, but when it comes to the Air Force, they're the most privileged, they get the best budgets, they have the nicest conditions. You have to be smart to get a decent job in the Air Force, basically. And it's pretty much for special people. The elites, really. And they don't actually see a lot of combat. Clone Ranger says, after all, their aeroplanes use the technique to fly faster. Healthy Bad says, why the F is anime so popular among the US military? Probably because it's a good way to pass the time, especially if you're stuck on base or just, you're stuck in military life, your day is kind of busy. Anime is always there for you. Heck, it got me through most of my schooling. A gang of old women says, well, yeah, it's the Air Force. They just sit behind a desk all day. What did you think they did? Fly planes or something? LOL. WTVFCK says, as someone who has no idea how the military works, could someone get in trouble for taking a picture like this? I realize this is nonsense in this case, but I would imagine photos of the Air Force briefing are probably discouraged in general. Well, as someone who's somewhat familiar with the way the military works, if it's classified, yes, your ass is in big trouble. If it's not classified, I would say you would probably be frowned upon for doing so, maybe even reprimanded, but I don't know that you could be fired. Perturbed Python says, if the brief was classified, yes, it would be bad. This wasn't, no harm, no foul, really. Yeah, like I said, I'm not so sure. Bacon Bomb Thief says, probably not real trouble for most PowerPoints other than some sergeant barking, hey, put your phone up, ball sweat. Dave in RVA says, just think, some poor airman had to spend his day making these slides and act this out. Clone Ranger says, imagine if he is a Naruto fan and how much fun would have been for him to explain to his seniors what that is. Now the funniest thing here is, our own citizens, it's really a joke, but there is a plan to raid Area 51, to take it down, to storm Area 51 as it were. But to think our own military men would attack their own citizens, all because they want to hide those secrets. Shame, shame, shame. I honestly kind of hope it does happen just so it can go down in history as the greatest meme event of all time. But at the same time, watching people blow up from all the landmines would truly be something else. Babu from Pakistan says, still beats a permanent vacation from life briefing for the 20th time this week. So for those of you wondering, the entire reason that anyone is being briefed on the Area 51 event and the Naruto running is because the military is obligated to run threat matrix and basically examine what could or could not be a threat to the United States. If people really are going to storm Area 51, then this is a real threat that needs some sort of consideration. Corliss21 says, the military has a love/hate relationship with the internet. Horizon says, the internet was a child of the Cold War. Now the military has to babysit it. That's absolutely hilarious in context. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, and unless you're a Zoomer, I'm gonna assume you're a millennial or older like me, and you know how the internet was invented, okay? It started off as a military project, and I actually took a class on this. It's actually fairly interesting. So, the internet was created by the military because they needed a way to communicate with each other back in the day. If your communication network went down, it all went down. You couldn't get a message out. If one part of the system failed, it all failed. So the internet was an attempt to create a system of routers, and information would be split into packets, and those packets are sent from router to router. Now, once they all reach their destination, the packets are reassembled into useful data, like an image or a voice or text or a message. So the way this works is, let's say you have 10 routers in a network, and your packets are going through all of them. If one router fails, it's okay, because the receiver will request the missing packets, and the original sender will resend the missing packets and thus rebuild the image. And even if some packets don't make it for whatever reason, you can still build up, at least the majority of the image. See, that's the real brilliance of the internet. It was made so that if parts of it go down, the internet still works. Fan of Things says, no way. They should have shown an episode of Naruto while they were at it. Zabel-Ear6789 says, this is the true power of Reddit. Cringe. Making the US military give ridiculous briefings as much as possible. Edit. Let's just say the power of the internet, seeing that apparently everyone lays claim to it. Okay, no, this isn't about the power of Reddit. This is the power of Facebook, sadly. Because this is a Facebook joke event started by some Twitch streamer or someone I never heard of, basically. But, based on some of these responses, you can really see how delusional these Reddit people are. These Redditors. Fear Kitten says, to be honest, they already do. Where do you think all the PowerPoint jokes come from? Oh, whoa. Look, here's the thing about Reddit. It's cancer. Reddit produces no original content. They simply steal from everybody else. So I don't want to hear this crap about the power of Reddit when most of their memes are stolen from 4chan and places like it. October Downfall points out the obvious. It's funny that Reddit will take credit for that, despite Facebook being the origin of the meme. And yeah, he's being exposed. Oh golly giggity says, why don't we make false plans and tactics so that they have to go through presentations and stuff, wasting their time and resources? I see Annan is trying to do the old technique, the art of war, giving the enemy false information so that you can pull off your real plan. Stealth Secrecy says, I see they're serious about prepping for the Area 51 raid. Hikaro0909 says, we live in the greatest timeline. Just step back a little and think on this. The meme about US military official giving a briefing on Naruto running has now become real. All because of the meme about invading Area 51 is becoming real too. First real laugh out loud I've had in real life. So as you can see, this is real life, my friends. I just find it hilarious that the Air Force is actually taking the time to educate people about memes and anime. Naruto running. Oh, these are the good times of Clown World, my friends, where we can just sit back, relax, enjoy a funny story, and laugh. But that's merely the obvious. Well, that's all for now, folks. How do you feel about the fact that the US military is actually taking the plan to storm Area 51 seriously? Be sure to let me know what you think. Now, just a reminder, you can join me on Patreon or Subscribestar for as low as $1. Doing so will get you access to Fight Club, a private Discord server. There are also PayPal options. If you prefer physical products, be sure to check out my affiliate link. Currently, we're selling a MacBook Pro magnetic cover. It sticks to the top of your MacBook and you can slide it over to cover your camera for when you need privacy. There's also a NyanCat version, which is pretty cool. Lastly, because websites are no longer promoting or sharing red-pilled content, you can help out by posting videos you enjoy on social media. As always, thanks for watching. This has been Mr. Obvious, and I'll see you all next time.